Hey everyone, welcome back. Joe here again from ScaleFreak.com, coming to bring you the first in a whole series of videos for this beautiful beast right here, the Team Associated RC10F6 kit. F6, RC10F6. What is that? Well, if you've been watching the @ScaleFreak RC Instagram channel, or you've been checking out the Scale Freak Facebook page, you'll notice that things are just a little nutty for F1 these days. We recently had the 2017 Protoform Canadian On-Road Nationals, and F1 was an amazing class. And you know what? Associated teased this quite a while ago, and I've been foaming at the mouth for it ever since. And finally, it has been released, the Team Associated F1 kit, the RC10F6. I was lucky enough to get this little bad boy pretty early into the release. Today is actually April 1st, which means that they were only released to public just yesterday, if you can get one yet. But this is what this bad boy is, and I'm going to do a full build series and a comparison towards other kits like the X-Ray or the CRC. So you're going to see some of that stuff in play as well. Plus, I'm obviously going to do some motor, some servo in this bad boy. I'm going to do some laps with it, and I'm going to give you some solid comparisons towards the competition. F1 being an absolutely race class in the world. F1, like as in the 1-to-1, being the pinnacle of racing. This stuff here is an absolute blast to work with, and such a cool scale race kit. But enough of that. Let's take a look. First of all, if you want to buy it for yourself, it is the RC10F6, the factory team, and it is part number 8023. So that's what's available. And right now it is in a full kit form. So normally I would crack the seals with you, but I got a wee tad bit excited when this thing came in and I had to open the box just to see what was in it. But don't worry, guys. All the bags are sealed. I didn't break into them yet. So opening it up, ta-da! You got a pile of stuff in here. So first, let's kind of dump everything out of the box. There's no point in it being in there. I'll just set this bad boy right there. So here's what you got. First, you do get the instruction manual, of course. How can you be expected to put through a beautiful new kit like this if you don't know how to do it? Associated has always been really good for their instructions, so that's an excellent thing. You go through, it's not colored on the color cover, nice and shiny, gloss paper, but it has a lot of examples of how to build. This thing does have a couple different ways that you can set it up, and it gives you the alternates for both, which is excellent. One thing I really do like about this as well is Associated is a race company. I mean, they do make some stuff that you can bash around under different names, but Associated, Team Associated, these guys are born and bred in racing. So in the back covers, you have setup guides. So any small changes, I actually recommend you photocopy this a few times, then any small changes that you make in the kit to figure out if you're getting or losing time, you can make all of your little adjustments on the paper, and even little stuff like how much traction compound are you adding to different parts of your tire. What a great idea. I've never had a problem with Associated books. These things are phenomenal. You do, of course, get a sticker package. Now, what's really neat about this when I was going through and I noticed is stuff like this is actually little templates when you're cutting out a Protoform 15 body, and this is exactly where the different stuff needs to be cut out for the wheels, for the front arms and things like that. So it actually gives you all of the stickers that you would see on the promo kit if you watch some of the videos on the Team Associated website, and then you can see it's stickered up. It actually stickered up really nice. Gives you all the stickers to do it yourself. So if you want to take a look at the Team Associated livery, you could build it on your own. I definitely will be using some of these stickers on a future body. Now, what do I get here? Well, little things. This is bag 5.2, just body posts. Next. Oh, and of course, it's Associated, so everything's going to be blue. Let's see here. Shock fluid, 30 weight, recommended. And Diff Fluid, 10,000. These rings run ball diffs. What do you need a diff fluid for? Well, that will be for later. I know what it's for. And I can tell you right now that with this amount of shock fluid and this amount of diff fluid that you're getting in this bottle, that should last me years. Probably years for as much as this stuff that I will actually need to use. So thank you, Associated, for not sending a little dinky little squeezer. They sent you full blast bottles. So that's phenomenal. And of course, there is spring. What's in here? Spring and servo saver. Now we have in this bag here, 4.2, you do get your differential. This is a ball diff, and wow, not something I normally say, but those are some mighty big balls. But it's a little bit bigger than the regular set of balls that you get in a ball diff. So that's excellent. This thing is going to be meant to stand up really, really, really well against the abuse. Now, I hope together we will learn how to correctly set a ball diff. I am very rookie at it. Even though I've been racing the off-road stuff from Team Associated for a long time, I have always had assistance with building my diff, and or I never did it correctly, so it was never getting optimal traction. So we're going to learn this together. I am going to figure this thing out. I can tell you that this axle is going to be really light. I can see that it's a graphite, but this whole bag, including greases, super light. What else do we have in here? Okay, bag 3.2, we do have bearings. There's not a lot on this kit. There's not a lot of bearings in an F1 kit. Thrush bearing, you've got some regular bearings, and again, more body posts. You would be surprised, man. There's really not a lot to these F1 kits, but the stuff you're getting is phenomenal. All right, big plastic bag. Let's open this bad boy up. Or plastic and metal bag, I should say. So slice, open, and dump. All right, so first, okay, I'm excited about this. I'm going to open this up. This is the 2017 F1 spec front spoiler. I know this sounds a little weird to get excited about something like this, but in the real F1 world, the one-to-one cars, 2017 cars saw some pretty major changes. The front wing got significantly different, and this is a very different shape than any wing that you can get offered onto a different F1 kit. And the arrow is all there, cool louvers in it, additional spots to add some additional stuff that comes in the bag, and the shape is more of the V shape like the new F1 cars actually have. Almost every other front bumper, I guess, that you're going to find in the segment is going to be completely straight, flat across the front. But this one here, I am a fan. It is going to be wider, of course, because in the 2017 real cars, the wing did get much wider and in a V shape, and it's helping a lot with downforce. Now, the spoiler in the back, of course, you won't notice until it is completely fully built. But again, in the real world, the spoilers did get lower and wider, and this kit did exactly that. So later in different videos, I will do comparisons to the front and the rear, just so you can see what is available. I know around the shop, we have the Protoform stuff, we also have the Tamiya stuff, and of course, now we have the Associated stuff. So we will do a side-by-side comparison to some of those parts. More parts for the axles. This is the outdrives that the wheels will go on. We also have spacers for the axles. Into here, outdrives for the front and the pins to put it all together. It's actually a really easy to build and easy to work on design. I can tell you from running F1 for the past couple months that I break a lot of front arms using the kit that I'm currently using because they are out of plastic, and I have to pull the E-clips out of this very often to get them fixed, but this is going to be a different design. You're going to see all the carbon fiber, beautiful carbon fiber that this car comes with. So I doubt I'm going to break it as much. And of course, it's associated, so a lot of your fittings and a lot of your little bits and bobs are going to be in the standard traditional associated blue. And then in here, more. Looks like a lot of parts to build your rear pod, and of course you've got the side links and stuff like that. For you have seen the F1 stuff, or pan cars in general, it is a solid main chassis, and then you're going to have a pod off the back. And these are some of the stabilizer links, and this is some of the steering links to build that. I also see in here all of the balls that you throw the ball ends on, and just some general hardware and nice blue nuts. Who doesn't like blue nuts? Oh, okay, that one may be going too far. Suspension, or I should say, literally suspension. There's only one. There's only one full shock on this kit. There are a couple little tiny springs that go onto the front wheels just to kind of suck up some of the waver in the carpet or some of the bumps or whatever surface you are running on. But the back pod is suspended by one shock. Boy, is that ever going to cut down on build time. The amount of shock, I was going to say shocksa, but the amount of shock that this comes with and turnbuckles that this comes with, this will be easy breezy, quick build based on the fact that I'm not going to have to spend the entire night just doing a couple little things. Oh, and this is getting opened right now. This is it here. The carbon fiber. Oh, boy. I have a little bit of a problem with carbon fiber. Some of the best cars in the world are made out of carbon fiber, and I mean real cars. And on-road kits, solid, beautiful carbon fiber. Just feeling the edges on this thing, this feels like it's already a beautiful finish, nice and smooth. All countersunk screws on the bottom. With an on-road kit, you want to make sure that stuff is countersunk so that you're not catching screws. And one thing, if I were to give you, well, I can give you many pieces of advice for on-road, but one of them for sure is every once in a while, test your screws, make sure they're all locked in. Not just so you don't lose your screws, but also so you don't get ejected from the track when you tear the carpet up. Because if you go over to the CRC website and see how much money people have to pay for very, very specific on-road carpet, you will want to make sure you don't have any screws loose. We all have enough screws loose, but you know what I mean. More carbon fiber in here, top and bottom plate, arms, all the goodness. There's the part for your rear pod. And in here, we've got the top of the pod, we've got the front arms, battery cover, all that stuff is going to be in this bag. And what a light bag it is. It's one more reason why I like carbon fiber. When we're talking on-road kits, we of course are minimal weight, but most of the time you have to add weight to hit that minimal weight because this stuff is so light, which is phenomenal. Love it, because then you can put the weight where you want it and where it works better for your kit. So that is the parts. That's all of it. There's not really a lot to show you because there's not a lot to the kits. Pan cars are very simplistic to build, but let me tell you, if you ever want to learn correct setup, if you ever want to learn how finicky something can be, try a pan car. Not specifically this one. This one isn't finicky, but I'm saying try a pan car because pan cars, ride height is important. Suspension is important. Tweak is important. I will explain all this stuff in a later video. But that's it for the open box for the Team Associated RC10F6, right? The build is going to happen, man. I'm so excited. Lots of carpet time left. Going to get some runs in with this thing, and I cannot wait to compare this to some of the other kits that are out there. Team Associated again. Well, I didn't say it earlier, but I've said it in past posts. Most of my wins, most of my trophies, most of my plaques, most of my best places in racing were with Team Associated kits. My SC10 two-wheel drive, my SC10 four-wheel drive, my TC4. I did a couple runs on a TC6, and let's do the RC10F6 now. So excited. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the unbagging, and it's a box, the unboxing of this beautiful kit. Let's get into the build of this little bad boy here and move forward. So, guys, thanks for watching. Click down on the subscribe, of course, please, on the like, comment below, and share throughout your community if you've got any racer friends that are considering a kit like this. F1 is going to explode this year. I am so excited. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you go check out scalefreak.com.